Today, we will be looking at how simple snippets of Python code can help us model simple objects in Blender. It will be assumed that the viewer has some basic knowledge of scripting in the Python programming language. If this is not the case, there are many other resources on the web to learn Python. We will, however, use this as a refresher for some basic Blender commands. If you didn't know, Blender is an open-source 3D modeling tool. To install Blender, first download the appropriate version for your platform at Blender's website. Now today, we will be modeling this cute artisanal wooden ball in Blender. As you can see, the ball appears to be comprised of a number of colored wooden rods, 49 in total, all glued together, and then carved into a sphere. Each rod appears to be about 1 centimeter wide. Are you ready to build? Then let's begin! After opening Blender and clicking on the splash screen, you start with the default cube in the viewport. There are different workspaces, but the default one is the layout view. Please note that to get the most out of this tutorial, you will need a keyboard with a numpad. If you don't have a numpad, you will need to investigate how to convert existing keys on your keyboard into a numpad. Clicking numpad 0 will show the view from the camera, which is the view that will be rendered later. To zoom the viewport in and out, we use the mouse wheel. To orbit around the object, we hold down the mouse wheel whilst moving the mouse. To pan around the viewport, we hold down the Shift key and mouse wheel whilst moving the mouse. Click on the object to select it. A selected object has an orange border. To actually move the object, we click the G key and move the mouse. Click the mouse once done. Click Ctrl-Z to undo the last command. We can also constrain movement to a certain axis. To move the object up and down in the Z direction, we click the G key, then the Z key, and move the mouse. Similarly, we can constrain movement to the X and Y directions. Throughout this tutorial, we will be staying in Object mode. Edit mode is for finer adjustments. To start modeling, we scale the default cube in the X direction by clicking the S key, then the X key. We could also adjust the dimensions manually by clicking the N key. Let's enter 20 for the length. As you can see, we've transformed this object. Let's apply this transform by clicking Ctrl-A and selecting Apply All Transforms. The scale has been reset to 1. If we click numpad 0 now, we notice the camera is unable to view the whole object. We need to zoom the camera out. To do this, we select the camera, then press the G key to move, then the Z key not once, but twice. Then scroll or move the mouse to zoom in and out. Click numpad 0 again to return to normal view, then zoom out. Note that the rendered button up here gives us a preview of how the scene will be rendered. These viewport shading buttons will be explained in detail later, but we can see that the scene looks a little dark. To return to the default viewport shading view, we click the solid button. The scene looks a bit dark because there is only one default light. Let's duplicate this light by selecting it and pressing Shift-D. Shift-D duplicates an object in the same place, so move the mouse to move it away and then click. Let's create a third light by selecting one of them and pressing Shift-D again. Let's move the lights around the object to get an even lighting. To assist in positioning, we can change the way we view the scene. By pressing tilde, you get a floating menu that allows you to select different views. Let's select the top view, and using the G key, let's move them around. We can repeat the process for the other views. Note that you can also select objects using the outliner panel at the top right. You can get creative here and experiment with different lighting configurations. Once we have the lights where we want them, we can adjust their properties via this panel on the right-hand side with the lamp icon, the Object Data Properties panel. We select the first light, and in the Object Data Properties panel, we make this an area light, change the size to 3 and the power to 5000. We then select the second light, and in the same panel, we also make this an area light, change the size to 3, but the power to 2000. For the third light, we also choose Area Light. Change the size to 3, but lower the power to 800. We can adjust the light's target by dragging on the circle here. When we click the rendered button now, we notice that the object is brighter because there is more lighting. Join us in the next episode where we add some Python code to our project.